Hi. I mentioned in my live journal that is converting now to be uploaded tomorrow, I guess. I think I did 3 today. That's enough. Or was that yesterday? Anyway, this is the first one from today, which is January 4th. The Mayan day is to night or house. And it's called to wake up. Certain things will be asked of us. So let's go through it. I remember the feel of it, but not what was said. Okay, it has been a few days since I wrote a journal, so I come to this one now to see what lies within. So often, in the absence of journaling, I just don't know. I don't know what the magic is here either, just that there is a certain magic. That's enough. Hmm. I buried Harmony Cat's body yesterday. It would have been the day before, but digging the grave in this tough, rocky Arkansas soil proved too much of a challenge to accomplish in one day. So it took two. Oh well, it got done. She had gone past rigor mortis, which made it easier for the gravedigger. I could arrange her body and not so much have to rearrange the whole. I tell you what work digging is, I respect the people who do it a whole lot more now. The good thing was that I felt she had withdrawn pretty well from the body. It felt clean and good to be in that dance with her over these days, giving her this time and home space to do the necessary work of withdrawal from the form. Very nice it felt. Would that all beings crossing over could have simply that. In our new earth, our new society, let us make it so. It is beautiful to respect and nurture one another. We truly need both to give that and to receive it as well. We deserve it. It is marvelous how this simple respect and nurturing will help blossom the soul. We allow the tenderness of the love that just is, that the isness is, maybe, to flow sweetly through us, and we become part of that flow. It is life, capital L, itself, which is in these current days we seem to be so cut off from in many cases. These days are hard. Now, I don't like to give it voice, the difficulty of our situation, for that strengthens that very difficulty. Do you know this? Do you know how that works? I'm not saying I do totally, but I'm aware that by stating something, we give it a certain power. It's a balancing act, what to say and what not. The greatest game. We are powerful beings. Feel that. Know that it's true. Just because we have forgotten so much, we have forgotten that, it doesn't invalidate it, make it not so. It just is. Our power has been used against us for so long now. We've come to take the nonsense that is current as normal, as right even. For so long we have gone on like that. Sheeple, the herd. Thanks Source, with frequencies changing all around us, that we are all waking up now. What a relief. I'm ready. How about you? Now, to wake up, certain things will be asked of us. Much stripping away will be done, and it won't always be comfortable. Actually, much of it won't. The moments of comfort and of bliss may seem to be both fleeting and rare for a while, and that's a mark of us accelerating in the cleanup that's going on. It is taking place, you know, right where you are. Whether you know it or not, that doesn't matter so much. To cooperate with that which is. There is much blessing, though, to be had this way. When we're in the head, we want to run things, to control what happens, how things work. As we enter heart consciousness, though, we surrender much of that. We let it all go, actually. And that's a step most of us have not yet taken, this letting go. It is huge. And that's not to say that we won't actively participate in things. You know, people get into this polarity dance and they think it has to be one or the other. That if you let go, that means you're going off to the mountaintop or you just don't care. That's not so. We will participate. It will be different, though, for we'll do it from heart. We'll be danced. Our mind won't be engaged in determining an outcome. We'll just know what is right in the moment, and we'll be one with that, with the flow. And see, I said we'll do it from heart. It's more like it will do us. From the outside, it will look like we're really the ones doing things. People won't likely understand how it is with us, what the great difference is. They'll sense something, but we'll know. We'll realize that there's really no doing there. We're not doing anything. It's just being done, and done through us, but not by us. And we won't try to explain it to folks, not more than once or twice. It's not likely very many will understand. We'll understand one another, though. We can share it between us. And if they would understand, then the explanation may well flow through us. The heart knows these things. That too will come from the heart, though, never the head. We're just different, folks. Those still in head can't understand. So we waste both breath and energy trying to explain to them. You could give the perfect explanation, and it still wouldn't be rightly understood. You have to be in heart to understand. Now, they'll feel the radiance, though. Heart has radiance that reaches out, that touches everyone. It touches them in heart, though, and if they are not in their heart, then the message won't come through very clearly. They will or may know they've been touched somehow, but not know how. And that's fine. Heart and light knows what it's doing, and it's no longer up to us. It never was, really. We were just under the impression that we were in charge. We finally bungled that sufficiently to begin to wake up, to realize that the way we've been going on just isn't working. Still, if it wasn't for the rising of frequencies all around us, we wouldn't be rising up so swiftly either, as we all are. We have to realize that we play a part in a larger whole, a oneness. We are truly, at this level, not in charge. Heck, in the way we used to think of the self, we don't even exist. What a trip that was, all those years, seasons, and cycles in the misapprehension of simple, basic reality. What a trip. Back then, we would only come into full or fuller consciousness in between lifetimes. Then we would wake up. Then we would know and be in the oneness of all that is. We would enter each lifetime so full of promise that we would remember this time. We would accomplish the reuniting of spirit within flesh. We would come into our fuller self, our higher self, our awakened consciousness, while yet wearing the form. Oh, the bright dreams, the bright hearts, the continual trying. It was and is beautiful in its own way. It truly was, for we are love incarnate, my friends. We really are. No matter how much we perceive that we goof up, we are still that. And that's in spite of whatever state of mind and consciousness we are in at any one point. That doesn't matter. That's just the play, just the show. That's just our dance. We are that. And nothing can take that away from us. Not that there's an us, but anyway, these are just words. Do your best to follow from heart. It's all only a seeming. But until we pull away from things, from the mind and the ego, sufficiently to experience this, we will not consciously know. So we're in process of being stripped, preparatory to rising a good bit in our frequency. This can be most uncomfortable unless we leave behind much and work through much of our stuff. That is necessary for the stuff we've accumulated in consciousness that isn't taking the ride. A lot of it. Period. It's going down. Now, we can either do this willingly, cooperatively, or not. We have that choice. Which one do you make? We can't choose to live life with no pain and no challenges. That option isn't even presented. That's just a waste of time anyway. That's not part of the play, not at this stage at least. It's a critical time. We've got a joining, a linking up to do that's with each other. We've got to work through a bunch of our crap to be ready and open for this. All judgment must cease. All blind faith in doctrine and dogmas has to go. All faith in anything that pits brother against brother must be seen through and surrendered as the nonsense that it truly is. So what if we once believed in it? What does that matter, for heaven's sake? That's more nonsense going on what was past, as if it has relevance for our now. Very much letting go is called for in these days that we're in. I hope and pray for all of us that we're alert and quite up to it. We're far greater beings than we currently know. We've been tricked and fooled so much, we've gotten used to it, to the believing what we're told, what science or religion or government or the media says. We once swallowed that whole. Do you remember? Well, no more. Now is the time to question everything. Self, most of all. We've got to surrender as well, all giving up, all sense of hopelessness, of defeat. There's been really conscious energy plants and programming that's worked to make us this way. That's a major part of the programming they sought to instill. The fluoride that's in our water and food, that stuff was initially tested in the Nazi prison camps. Look it up. It was given to the prisoners to make them docile, easy to control. It affects the brain, the central nervous system. No good at all. So, realize that even the signals your own mind and body give you, these are not necessarily right or to be believed. These feelings, for instance, of hopelessness, of defeat. You are not that. You take control. Don't just accept as truthful how you feel. Check in with heart on this and everything. Only trust heart, nothing else, not at all. I know this may sound a bit crazy, but if it does, perhaps go back again to the beginning, only this time read or listen from heart. You'll get a different message that way. People in head will think that they understand these words. I tell you, they don't. Or rather, what they understand is just not what is being said. And that's more accurate, for they do understand something. It's just not right, not real, not accurate. Only heart knows. I have no explanation for this. It just is what it is. Goodbye and God bless.